Hi, I'm Jamie Toll. I have a story for you today that's based on a real person. The story is called The Lobster Lady, and it's written by Alexandra S.D. Heinrichs, and it's illustrated by Jamie Hogan. The Lobster Lady wakes while the world sleeps. Out the window, through the darkness, and across the yard, she can just make out the house where she was born 102 years ago. She plates the chocolate donuts, baked the night before, and her son, Max, prepares coffee, milky and sweet, just the way she likes it. After breakfast, she applies her lipstick. The Lobster Lady is ready. Her boat and the sea await. "Morning, Virginia." "Morning, Max," the lobsterman greets them. They smile in turn. On board, they don oil slicks and boots and head to the co-op. "Hello, Ginny," men holler from the dock. Virginia's eyes twinkle as she waves. Once she and Max have filled their boat with gas and bait, they turn toward the rising sun. Their motor whirs as Virginia puts slippery silver pogies into the salt-roughed bait bags. When they reach their first buoy, Max hauls in the traps. "Let's see what we've got," gulls cry as the metal clangs. They're hoping for a good catch, too. Virginia reaches inside the trap and, careful, pulls out the first lobster. It scurries onto the table, raising its claws for battle. Then, careful, Virginia measures the lobster. "No good," she announces, and tosses the too small crustacean back into the sea. She finds eggs on the next one, so back it goes too. The third one measures out, and she finds no eggs or marks. Careful. She bands the claws and places it in the tank. Lobster after lobster, trap after trap, Virginia and Max work. They know the rhythms of the job so well that they don't talk too much, letting the quiet loudness of the ocean and the boat wash over them. Virginia finds a lone crab and sets it aside for her daughter's husband, thinking of his favorite meal. Before she can band it, though, it bites her with its strong claw, and she drops it into a bucket, and Max steers the boat to shore. They need a doctor. The crab got her good. 7 stitches later, the doctor looks up at Virginia. He takes her lipstick, earrings, and gray curls. "What were you doing out there anyway?" he chides. Virginia pauses, and she remembers the island. The smell of sawdust, the roar of bellows, the chatter in the store, and the saltwater drops on her tongue. There was always a job for everyone, even her. She remembers the way her family flowed together and apart. The summer Saturdays crossing the bar, cooking bean suppers, the music and the clapping and the call of the dance hall, and her mother trying to catch her for bed. Leaving the island and her parents behind to live in the mainland house full of aunts and her grandfather during the long school months. Diving into book after book and feeling awash in the missing trips to the post office, built with the island granite that she had inside her too. Virginia remembers the thrill of being in charge, deciding to celebrate the start of summer and her island return with too many chocolate straws and bottles of Moxie that churned in her stomach like stormy seas. Learning to pilot the boat on an ocean full of boats full of boys, and the way fishermen listened when she called them to work each morning, hauling in her own lobster traps. She remembers learning loss. She remembers learning love, and love, and love, and love. She remembers the years of trying to find the just right job. The nights in the sardine factory, snipping heads and tails that ruined her taste for herring. The years in the printing press office, doing whatever they needed her to do, and the day her lobsterman came home to find her hanging laundry on the line. "I thought you went to work," he said. "I did," she replied. "I quit. I want to go with you." And the very next day she did, returning to the sea on the boat named for her. Now Virginia glares at the doctor. What was she doing out there? "I wanted to go," she answers him, "so I did." Back at home, Max tells their friends and family about the doctor's comment. One friend says, "You're something of a pioneer, aren't you, Ginny?" "I'm me," Virginia responds, a glimmer of island granite in her eye. They laugh together into the night, but not too late. The next morning, the lobster lady wakes while the world still sleeps. Her boat and the sea await. So this lady, Virginia, has been being a lobsterman for a long time, and she's 102 years old. And in the book, there's some recipes for different things you could do with lobsters. Hope you enjoyed that story. I have another one for you. It's called The Kissing Hand, and it's written by Audrey Penn. And it's illustrated by Ruth Harper and Nancy Leake. Chester Raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried. "I don't want to go to school," he told his mother. "I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, may I stay home with you?" Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. "Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do," she told him gently, "even if they seem strange and scary at first. But you will love school once you start. You'll make new friends and play with new toys, read new books and swing on new swings. Besides," she added, "I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home." Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. "A secret? What kind of secret?" "A very old secret," said Mrs. Raccoon. "I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called the kissing hand." "The kissing hand?" asked Chester. "What's that?" "I'll show you." Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hand, up his arm, and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. "Now," she told Chester, "whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from home, just press your hand to your cheek and think, 'Mommy loves you, Mommy loves you.' And that very kiss will jump to your face and fill you with toasty, warm thoughts." She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. "Now, do be careful not to lose it," she teased him. "But don't worry, when you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick." Chester loved his kissing hand. Now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtful. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and grinned. "Give me your hand," he told her. Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. "Now you have a kissing hand too," he told her, and with a gentle goodbye and "I love you," Chester turned and danced away. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across a tree limb and enter school. And as the hoot owl rang in the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. Chester loves you, it sang. Chester loves you. And I love you too. Hope you enjoyed those books. See you next time.
Hi, welcome to Storytime. My name is Jo Toll, and I'm here to read you a couple of stories. The first story I'm going to read to you today is called My Love for You, and it was written by Carlotta Passerini. So let's get started. Mama, can I tell you? What, my baby love? Just how much I love you? Of course you can, my love. My love for you is like a stream, flowing wide and long and deep. My love for you is just as long. Now hush-a-bye to sleep. Mama, can I tell you? What, my baby love? Just how much I love you? Of course you can, my love. My love for you is like bamboo that grows up to the sky. My love for you is just as tall. Now, close your eyes. Just try. Mama, can I tell you? What, my baby love? Just how much I love you? Of course you can, my love. My love for you is as bright as dawn that sings the sun to rise. My love for you is just as bright. Now time to close your eyes. Mama, I love you so much, even more than you love me. Really? Are you sure, my love? How could that be? My love for you goes miles and miles, from pole to pole and south to north. My love for you goes just as far. Now let me rock you back and forth. Mama, can I tell you? What, my baby love? Just how much I love you? Of course you can, my love. My love for you is like a tree, strong and safe, a place to nest. My love for you is just as strong. Now lay your head to rest. Mama, can I tell you? What, my baby love? Just how much I love you? Of course you can, my love. My love for you is like the woods, a mighty, sprawling jungle. My love for you is just as vast. Sleep tight, my little bundle. Mama, can I tell you just how much I love you? Of course you can, my love. My love for you is forever, like trees that grow year-round. My love for you is just as true. Now tuck in, safe and sound. Mama, my love goes on and on, farther than the eye can see. Farther than the moon and sun? How could that be? My love for you knows no bounds, like all the stars each night. My love for you is endless. Now cuddle up, sleep tight. Mama, can I tell you? What, my baby love? Just how much I love you? Of course you can, my love. My love for you is infinite, just like a swirl of snowflakes. My love is just as plentiful. Now sleep before the sun awakes. Mama, Mama, one more thing before you fall asleep. Will you tell me how you love me? Is it long and wide and deep? Sweet pea, let me tell you just how I love you so. My love for you is so much more than you'll ever know. More than the river, the jungle, and the tree. more than all the distance the eye can see, more than the tallest bamboo you could climb, more than the stars and snowflakes combined. It began long before the day of your birth, this everlasting love that's larger than earth. The sun could not shine as bright as you do. My love for you shines just as bright too. My love for you is always, from dawn to dusk to sleep. My love is yours forever, to cherish, hold, and keep. And that was the first book, and all those animals wanted to ask their mama about their love. The next book I have is called 10 Rules of the Birthday Wish. And it's written by Beth Ferry and Tom Lichtenheld. Illustrated, well, I don't have an illustrator. So those are the writers or authors of this book. 10 Rules of the Birthday Wish. There are most definitely 10 very specific, tried and true and absolutely essential rules for the making of a birthday wish. In case of any confusion about the number of rules, place hands here. Rule number 1, it must be your birthday or close to your birthday. Sometime in the last or next week, your age should have increased by 1, unless you are a beetle, bug, or insect. If your life cycle is a month or a week or sniff, sniff, only a single day, please celebrate immediately. ASAP, flutter, flap, fly, right on over to rule number 2. Rule number 2, you must have a party. A celebration, hoopla, or jamboree. There should be games and laughter, and definitely hats. Hats immediately elevate the party mood. Food is also a good rule. See rule number 3. As are streamers, confetti, and balloons. Unless you are a rhinoceros. Pop, oopsie. If you are a rhinoceros, a swordfish, a sea urchin, or pointy in any way, you may want to skip the balloons. Rule number 3, you must have cake or cannoli or cream puffs or churros. Your dessert does not specifically have to start with the letter C, even if some of the best desserts do. The letters should be P or B or even I. It could be. Whatever letter your dessert starts with, it must be sturdy enough to accommodate rule number 4. I wonder what rule number 4 is. Let's find out rule number 4. Rule number 4, you must have a light or lights to blow out. Traditionally, this would be a candle, but it can also be a sparkler. Unless you are a whale or a frog. If you are a whale, you may want to invite some fluorescent jellyfish to your party. If you're a frog, consider using fireflies as your candles and your dessert. Combining rules is completely acceptable. Either way, something must light or go dark. Rule number 5, there must be singing. Traditionally, it's the happy birthday song, sung happily and loudly and definitely off key, unless your friends are feathered. If you're lucky enough to have friends who can warble, croon, and carry a tune, sit back and enjoy the show. Rule number 6. You must close your eyes. Closing your eyes keeps your wish safe inside your head, where it can grow from something ordinary into something extraordinary. We're up to rule number 7. Rule number 7, you must take a deep breath. This will ensure the success of rule number 9, unless you're a puffer fish. If you're a puffer fish, definitely do not take a big breath, because then you'll puff up and all your guests will be concerned. Everyone knows a puffed up puffer fish is not a happy puffer fish, and happy is a big part of birthday. Rule number 8, you must make a wish. Just one wish, a single, wonderful, amazing wish. It can be a big wish or a little wish. It can be a now wish or later wish, but it should definitely be a can't think of anything greater wish. I come up with good wishes on my birthday. Rule number 9, you must blow out the candles in one single breath. Unless you are a camel. If you are a camel, you will most likely spit on the cake as you are blowing out the candles. No one wants to eat cake spritzed with camel spit. So please ask your friends to help. Combining breath is completely acceptable. And rule number 10, don't forget that wish ends in shh. So keep your wish quiet, silent, hush, hush. And when the fun is done and your friends have left and the moon is high in the sky, close your eyes and dream of your wish coming true. Well, that was a nice story. I didn't know there were so many rules around birthday wishes, but those are important things. And I'm sure you've been to birthday parties and have seen people make their wishes and blow out their candles and have lots of fun. So I hope you have fun. Thanks for coming today to listen to Storytime, and we'll see you another time. Thank you.
Hello, welcome to Storytime. My name is Diane Dowd, and I thought, seeing we're getting close to that back to school time, that I would share a couple of short books with a couple of my favorite characters in them and what happened when they went to school. The first one you might recognize if you've ever read the book If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. This is that same mouse. Only the title of this book is If You Take a Mouse to School, and it's written by Laura Numeroff. If you take a mouse to school, he'll ask you for your lunchbox. When you give him your lunchbox, he'll want a sandwich and a snack for later. Then he'll need a notebook and some pencils. He'll probably want to share your backpack, too. When you get to school, he'll put his things in your locker and take a look around. He might do a little math and spell a word or two. He'll even try a science experiment. Then he'll need to wash up. You'll have to take him to the bathroom. Once he's nice and clean, he'll be ready for his lunch. On the way to the lunchroom, he'll see some building blocks. He'll build a little mouse house and make some furniture out of clay. Then he'll need some books for his bookshelf. He'll start by writing one of his own, so he'll need a lot of paper. He'll probably use up all your pencils. When he's finished, he'll want to read his book to you. Then he'll want to take it home. So he'll put it in your lunchbox and tuck it in a safe place. When the bell rings, he'll run out to wait for the bus. While he's waiting, he'll play a quick game of soccer. Then he'll ask you to shoot some baskets. And do a little skateboarding. When he stops to catch his breath, he'll want to eat his snack. So he'll ask you for your lunchbox. And chances are, if he asks you for your lunchbox, you'll have to take him back to school. And that's the end. And if you notice, this book began and ended at the same spot where the boy was taking him to school. It's called a circular story. And all of the if you take a or if you give a books are written just like that. So that's the end of that one. I hope you enjoyed it. My second book involves one of my extra favorite characters, Amelia Bedelia. Amelia Bedelia is the character who you have to be careful how you say things to her because she takes it literally or she does exactly what you say. For instance, if you say, please dust the house, she'll dust it. She'll put dust everywhere. With Amelia Bedelia, you have to say, please undust the house. If you say, put out the lights, she'll actually take the light bulbs and put them outside. So you have to say, shut off the lights. So you can imagine what might happen if Amelia Bedelia goes to school. And that's what this book is called. Amelia Bedelia Goes Back to School by Herman Parrish. Let's find out what happens. Amelia Bedelia, said Maria, thanks for walking us to school. My pleasure, said Amelia Bedelia. Do you like school? It's lots of fun, said Alex. Can you come spend the day with us? May I stay? Asked Amelia Bedelia. Please do, said Miss Wilson, the teacher. You would be welcome. Bring! Good morning, class, said Miss Wilson. The bell has rung. Please take your seats. Where should I take my seat? Asked Amelia Bedelia. Should I take it out to the playground? Oh, no, thank you, said Miss Wilson. Just sit down on it. Amelia Bedelia put her seat on the chair seat. So you can see already she doesn't quite get it. All right, class, said Miss Wilson. I'm going to give everyone problems. No fair, said Amelia Bedelia. The children have been very good. You should not give them any problems at all. It's okay, said Alex. We like math problems. Arithmetic is my favorite subject, said Maria. After arithmetic, the children erased the chalkboard. It's time for spelling, said Miss Wilson. Eyes on the board, please. If you say so, said Amelia Bedelia. She tried to put her eyes on the chalkboard. You should stand back, said Miss Wilson. You'll get chalk dust in your eyes. Thank you, said Amelia Bedelia. Now I can see the words. Lunchtime, said Miss Wilson. Our cafeteria is serving hot dogs. How nice, said Amelia Bedelia. What are they serving the dogs? Hot dogs need a cool drink of water. Miss Wilson laughed and said, These hot dogs are different. They taste good, said Maria. All these hot dogs need is mustard and ketchup. So once again, you can see she misunderstood. After lunch, it was time for art class. Paint anything you like, said Miss Wilson. I like Alex and Maria, said Amelia Bedelia. Hold still so I can paint both of you. Do not put paint on them, said Miss Wilson. Paint a picture of them. Good luck. Good idea, said Amelia Bedelia. That will be so much less messy. After art class, it was time for reading. Let's read in a circle, said Miss Wilson. Read in a circle? asked Amelia Bedelia. Uh-oh, I am getting dizzy. Please sit down, said Miss Wilson. You can join our reading circle. Amelia Bedelia loved the story they read. School is over, said Miss Wilson. Will you come back tomorrow? I do not think so, said Amelia Bedelia. Mrs. Rogers needs me, and I need to rest. Me too, said Miss Wilson. School is fun, said Amelia Bedelia. Maybe I'll come back when I'm younger. Come along home, said Maria. And that's the end. I hope you enjoyed both these stories, and I hope if you're returning to school soon, you have a wonderful year. Thanks.
Hello, friends. How are you? I feel like I haven't seen you in such a long time. It's been a little while since I've done story time. You may be thinking to yourself, what is Megan doing with that child there? There's someone else with her. I today brought a very special guest with me. This is my youngest daughter, Quinn. And Quinn is going to read some books with me. You want to say hi to everybody?
Hi.
She's a little bit nervous, so just give her a little wiggle room. So Quinn and I have picked a couple of Quinn's favorite books that we are going to read together. Two of them, you might be surprised to hear, are by Mo Willems. Remember I told you how he's my favorite children's author? I think he's probably Quinn's too. Is Mo Willems your favorite children's author too?
Yeah.
We do love these books in our house. And so today we are going to read two Piggy and Elephant books. Have you ever seen these books? Elephant and Piggy. They're a whole series by Mo Willems. If your grown-up is not reading them with you, you should tell them to start reading them with you because they are very funny for kids and adults. Right, Quinny? Mm-hmm. So the role of Piggy is going to be played by
Me.
Quinn, and the role of Gerald, who is the elephant, is going to be played by me. So our first book is called I Really Like Slop by Mo Willems. I really like slop.
La la la.
Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious?
No.
No? You don't want to eat it?
No. Hi, Gerald.
Hi, Piggy. Yikes! What is that?
This is Slop.
Slop?
Yummy, yummy slop.
Yummy? You eat that?
Sure, I eat this. Pigs really, 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 really like slop.
Do you think you would like slop? Do you think you would want to eat that green pile of sludge in Piggy's bowl? I don't think so.
Eating slop is part of pig's culture.
Oh. Should it smell like that?
Pop. Yes.
Look at Piggy's face turned blue and then orange because of the smell of that slop. Gerald does not look very impressed. What about all those flies? Quinn, would you eat anything that had flies all over it?
No.
No. Listen to this.
The flies are how you know it's ripe.
It's ripe. Ew.
Do you want to try my slop?
Do I want to try your slop? What do you think? Do you think Gerald wants to try Piggy's slop? No way!
Oh, okay.
Oh, look how sad Piggy looks. Walk, 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 walk. She's walking away from him. Piggy, wait.
Yes, Gerald.
I will try your slop.
Yay! Maybe you will really like slop.
Maybe. Does it look like Gerald thinks he's gonna like the slop?
Nope.
Doesn't look like it to me.
Try a big taste.
I will try a small taste. Pluck.
That is a small taste.
I'm with Gerald. I would try a small taste too.
You are close to trying slop.
Look at
You
it's
are
about to get his mouth.
closer.
It's getting closer to his mouth.
You closer. You tried it!
He licked it. Can you believe it? Ooh. Eek.
Spicy, huh?
Look at Gerald. He's changing colors. His eyes are all crazy.
Do you know how I get that old shoe taste?
Ack. Oop.
Old shoe.
Old shoes. Piggy puts old shoes in her slop. Irk, 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 irk. Look at Gerald. He does not look like he's in a good way right there, does he?
Yellow and purple.
Yellow and purple.
So, do you really like my slop?
No. I do not really like Slop, but I'm glad I tried it. Because I really like you.
Oh, Gerald. Dessert?
Don't push it, bub. Look at, he's offering him a dead fish for dessert. This is crazy. And if you go to this book, there's always a hidden secret in here with the pigeon from the pigeon books from Mo Willems. And in this one, the pigeon is eating the fly-covered slop, and he says, not bad. Would you try that slop? Quinn and I are both no-goes. Quinn's dry heaving just thinking about it. Our next Piggy and Gerald book is called There is a Bird on Your Head. All right, so you're Piggy again, and I'm Gerald again?
Yeah.
All right. There is a Bird on Your Head by Mo Willems. Don't mind the drawings that my children put in these books.
It says Grady, so Grady has this
It's
book.
a family favorite. There's a Bird on Your Head by Mo Willems. Ah, look at the friends sitting together, enjoying their afternoon. Piggy! Is there something on my head?
Yes. There is a bird on your head.
There is a bird on my head? Ah! It doesn't look like Gerald likes birds on his head. Is there a bird on my head now?
No. Now there are 2 birds on your head.
What are 2 birds doing on my head?
They're in love.
The birds on my head are in love?
They are lovebirds.
Lovebirds? How do you know they are lovebirds?
They are making a nest.
2 birds are making a nest on my head? Why would 2 birds make a nest on my head? He looks confused. Piggy looks happy about it, doesn't she? I'm afraid to ask. Do I have an egg on my head? Look at Piggy's looking for him.
1, 2, 3. You have 3 eggs on your head.
I do not want 3 eggs on my head.
Then I have good news.
The eggs are gone?
The eggs are hatching.
Hatching? The eggs on my head are hatching? Cheep, cheep, cheep.
They're hatched.
Now I have 3 baby chicks on my head.
And 2 birds and a nest.
I do not want 3 baby chicks, 2 birds, and a nest on my head.
Where do you want them?
Somewhere else.
Why not ask them to go somewhere else?
Ask them.
Ask them.
Okay, I will try asking. Excuse me, birds, will you please go somewhere else?
No problem.
It worked.
Bye.
Look at the birds are leaving and their whole little family. Look how cute those little chicks are. Now there are no birds in my head. Thank you, Piggy. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Look where the birds took their nest and their 3 chicks. They're now on Piggy's head. Does Piggy look very happy about it?
Nope.
I don't think she does. And again, remember I told you there's always a little sneak picture here of the pigeon. The pigeon is in the nest with one of the birds, the 3 chicks, and
Feeding them hot dogs.
eating a hot dog. Have you ever read the book, Don't Let the Pigeon Eat a Hot Dog? There we go.
Or don't let the pigeon drive
Drive the bus. That's the original. That's the one you should start with. So those are our Piggy and Gerald books. I hope you enjoyed them. We have one last book that I'm going to read, and Quinn's just going to be my beautiful guest host here, called Pig the Winner. This is from the Pig the Pug series, which is also very funny. And they're written, you like these ones?
Yeah.
And they're written by Aaron Blabby. It's a fun last name, isn't it? Blabby. I'm probably saying it wrong, but. Pig the Pug by Aaron Blabby. Pig was a pug, and I'm sorry to say, if he didn't come first, it would ruin his day. Yes, Pig was a winner. He just had to win, and nothing would stop him. Oh, where to begin? Believe it or not, he was quite hard to beat, and the reason was simple. Yes, Pig was a cheat. Look at Pig the pug, right? So the pug's name is Pig, is kicking Trevor, his other dog, in the face so he could beat him in that race. But if he did lose, he'd throw a pink fit, he'd scream and he'd cry and he just wouldn't quit. He'd sob and he'd sulk with a quivering chin till you gave up and said to him, okay, you win. But as soon as you said it, he'd clap and he'd stamp and he'd rub it in loudly that he was the champ. So even if you let him win, he would brag and say, I'm the winner.
Mom, even if it said he'll have a pink, it's
Pink fit,
pink.
the background is pink, yep. Trevor would say to him, let's just have fun. But Pig would reply, it ain't fun till I've won. So one night at supper, Pig shouted with glee, who can eat faster? I bet that it's me. Trevor said shyly, I don't want to race. But Pig had yelled, go! And was stuffing his face.
The 3 sausages.
Look at him eating. Ugh, it's gross. He wolfed down his food. He gobbled his kibble. His face was awash with biscuits and dribble. He chomped up 3 sausages, all of them Whoppers. Then he munched through his doggy treats, gnashing his chompers. He swallowed it all in a minute or less, but something went wrong. Do you know? Can you guess? Don't tell them. What do you think went wrong? Look at what he's doing. Because he was busy stuffing his hole, Pig didn't notice he swallowed his bowl. He ate the whole bowl while he was trying to eat his dinner. Lucky for Pig, Trevor knew what to do. He squeezed out the bowl before Pig could turn blue. It's a very nice friend. He gave him the Heimlich maneuver. But Pig didn't thank him. He just said, I win. Can you believe that? Trevor had to save him. Then the bowl bounced right back and knocked Pig in the bin. If you don't know this, bin is like an Irish word for the trash can. So look at, he got bumped into the trash can by the bowl hitting him in the face. He kind of deserved it, didn't he? These days it's different, I'm happy to say. Pig's not the winner each time that they play. He plays to have fun and his tantrums have ceased. Yes, Trevor can win now. Well, sometimes at least.
Ace, 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 ace,
Look at-
ace, 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 ace.
Pug is cheating. Pig the Pug is cheating big time here. You see, he has all the aces in one hand and then a whole bunch hidden behind his back because they're playing cards and he wants to win. Silly Pig the Pug. So we hope you enjoyed story time with us today. These were 3 of Quinn's favorites. She helped me pick out these books. And I hope you enjoy it. It's so good to see you all again. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Bye. You want to say bye to everybody, Quinn?
Bye.
See ya.